Coming to you from the Freedom Federal Credit Union Studios, Harford County Living presents Conversations with Rich Bennett.
Slow pitch test.
It's probably the least sexy part of the organization. That's okay. No. The truth is.
So I am joined today by my lovely co-host, Wendy Beck, and I've been trying to get somebody on for years. For many years. And they always said, no. Just said, no, Rich, I don't want to sit down and talk to you.
No, Rich. Because I was too shy.
Yeah, right. I don't understand.
I know.
I mean, all right, never mind. We'll get into that in a minute. I have Sandy Kapinos and Debbie Umbarger, both sisters from Harford's Heart magazine, and I'm just going to ask you right up front: how in the hell can you say you're shy when you get up in front and talk in front of people all the time?
I don't. Have you ever seen me do that?
You did it at the launch party, didn't you? You didn't?
No.
Well, you were coming up talking to people.
I can come up and talk to people. Small groups. I don't get up. I don't like to be in the front. I like to be in the back.
Oh, I'm glad we changed this from doing it live.
I was very nervous that it was going to be be Absolutely.
Oh, it wouldn't be video.
Yeah.
You look at this mug. I don't have a face for video. I have a tendency to break cameras. All right, so Harford's Heart magazine. But actually, before we get into the magazine, both of you, what were you doing before you even started with Harford's Heart?
So I own Sonipak Design Marketing. So that's been my business since '98. And Debbie, go ahead.
I was an elementary school teacher at Homestead Wakefield since, 1993 to 2017. And I was writing for Harford's Heart across the last few years. I was writing a fitness column because I was also a personal trainer, which I still am. So I've been doing that for 16 years. So personal training and group fitness was, and coaching field hockey and a lot of things of that nature were in the middle. And Sandy asked me in 2000, after my teaching career ended, and I was still doing some coaching, still doing, of course, personal training. And she asked me if I would step in when it was a transition period when Fran Johnson retired as editor. And it was a natural fit. So I stepped in then.
So both, all of you listening, both of these young ladies look like they're in their early 30s. So I'm sitting there thinking this stuff doesn't add.
That's just good genes. No.
All right, so what attracted you to Harford's Heart when you first started there?
So I remember picking up Harford's Heart. And there were only 3 issues, maybe 4, 3 or 4 issues prior to me joining. But I remember picking it up and holding on to it. And I had it in a basket in my office. And then the publisher at the time, Fran Johnson, called me. Someone told her about me. She wanted somebody to help her grow the magazine. Mm-hmm. Her previous art director and her had parted ways. So I was like, of course, I love this magazine. I would love to be part of it. And then I just jumped right in with both feet. And Fran and I became partners. And then when Fran wanted to step away, I just kind of kept going.
And when did you come in, Debbie?
I guess I started writing probably in 2015. Maybe?
You write the artist section, right?
So, well, I do that, but I started with, because I was in a gym setting. I was also teaching, but they asked me to do a fitness article. And so I've been doing that ever since. And then I started doing a nutrition article as well. Okay. So I do 2 nutrition and fitness each issue. And then, of course, the reflection with the artist is the other big one.
Okay. And then she writes the rest of the articles that are needed throughout like when we need to fill in something, or if a business is getting an article as part of their package, she'll write those articles as well. And
the magazine is free.
It is a free magazine, yes.
And people can pick up at how many locations now? Do you even know?
Well, it changes all the time. It could be 200, 250. It's always ebbing and flowing as businesses are coming and going, and some are seasonal. But if you go to the website, there's a place that says where to find us, and it lists all the locations.
The thing that gets me, it may have been 2004 when I first saw it.
Okay,
and
makes sense.
I've just been grabbing it every time, because to me, and I think I may have told you this, it's the only true local magazine.
Yes.
And when I say that, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody that works there is local. Mm-hmm. It's published locally.
Yes.
You're featuring all these local, and when I say local, I don't mean just Harford County. I mean, even like across the border into
Pennsylvania.
Delta area. Thank you. Yeah, Pennsylvania.
I knew I was here for some reason.
Well, it's distributed all throughout Harford County, and it dips over the border into Delta. It also goes a little bit into Baltimore County and a little bit into Cecil, because we know those residents come into the county and they love to enjoy our events and our businesses. Right. So we make sure we kind of dip into the outskirts of the county.
Wow. Since Fran retired, what's been the biggest change to Harford's Heart? And also with that, because I know COVID, you guys had to adjust as well.
That was really hard. Honestly, I didn't know if we were going to make it.
Right.
Because we lost a lot of our distribution locations because all of a sudden paper became scary. Yeah. Everybody thought something was attached to it. Germs would attach to it. So even though when it's printed, it's put into boxes and humans don't touch it, and then it goes to someplace in a box, it was just there's a fear factor. So during that time, what we did was we partnered with some of the local restaurants, and we were part of their carry-out service. So when people were carrying out, they would get the magazine with their bags.
Okay.
Smart.
Nice.
Apparently you could touch that, but that was okay. And I was like, whatever it takes. So that kept us at least being able to distribute it. We lost a lot of our advertisers because they weren't in business. So we let them bow out of their contracts because they couldn't afford to pay for anything. We printed only half because we didn't have as many locations. And then we created this In This Together document where we allowed all the businesses every day they would email us with what their hours were, what they were offering, because things were changing every day, what was allowed to be open and when wasn't. So, and we would just post it on our Facebook page and on our website so that people could see what businesses were doing what and where they could get eggs, who was open for milk, anything like that. So that's what we did during the COVID time. And then when COVID disappeared, we were just back up like nothing had happened.
I think a lot of people, the people that stayed in business were.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing is that you adjusted to it. Too many people didn't.
It was a hard time.
It was a very
hard time. I coached a lot of friends who had to all of a sudden work from home, where I had been working from home since '98. And to me, I love it because my office is right there in my home. My laundry room and my kitchen are right to the left and right. I can multitask, and that's what I do all day. So that was to me, that wasn't an adjustment. That was easy.
Right. I was working from home at that time already, so it wasn't a big deal for me either. But
so was I.
We had co-workers that they just could not deal with it at all.
Yeah. It takes discipline to work from home.
It does.
And a lot of people don't realize that, which cracked me up when, I think it was federal employees had to go back to work recently.
Oh, you mean after the shutdown?
I guess just within the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And people were complaining because
that.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
It's like I've been working virtually. It's like
now people want accountability.
Well, that's across the board in many industries. That is slowly evolved back to go 3 days in. And now
well,
it's 4
like we
days.
said, not everybody is equipped to work at home. So you have the people who do, like you and I'm just assuming, like know what we need to do, we do it and we get it done. And then you have other people who do not have that discipline, so to speak.
It is. I mean, I've seen some of the ones that were complaining were the same ones that while they're supposed to be working, they would go out for an hour, 2 hour lunch, take their kids here, take their kids there. It's like, okay, you're supposed to be working. You can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to monitor that as an employee and as an employer.
You can monitor. Employers can monitor it if they want to spend the money.
Right.
And their time, and they're busy running their business.
Yeah. So what's the biggest change since Fran retired and you took over?
So while I was working with Fran, I was slowly taking over different roles until the final role was, and to me it was the most scary because math is not my thing, was the books.
Oh,
yes. So Fran, that was her thing. She was, she did that. So I hired a bookkeeper, and that was the hardest thing, is to relinquish that to someone. And so then I have someone who helps me with that, but I'm able to focus on the marketing side, the design side, working with Debbie on the content. So I have somebody that does that. That was to me the hardest part.
That is the scary part.
But I went through 4 bookkeepers before I found the right one.
I believe it. I believe it. Well, and the struggles with being a nonprofit, like I have to do everything.
It's hard.
And so finally I just said, this bookkeeping piece is just got to go. It's just got to go.
Yeah, I hate numbers too. But I mean, you got to do it.
Well, it's also taxes, and it's
a lot.
Make sure everything is legal and fine. You don't get in trouble for anything. So that's where I wanted to make sure that was all right.
How long did it take you to get comfortable with that? Or are you yet?
I'm very comfortable with it. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with it. Yes.
Because you found a good bookkeeper
I
now.
did. Yeah.
Well, it definitely helps. Tell everybody why Harford's Heart magazine is the elite of the elite when it comes to magazines, local magazines.
Well, we've stood the test of time. We've been here. We're going into 22 years, which is
It's a long time.
crazy when I think about that.
Yeah.
22 years is a long time. We give back. I think that's super important. Harford's Heart has never been and will never be here to make a lot of money. That's not what it's about. I always tell people it's a self-sustaining product. The advertisers, we love every single one of them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't exist. Yeah. So the advertisements pay for the printing. It pays for writers. It pays for distribution. It pays for the website. It pays for everything. And then at the end, there's not a whole lot left over. And we just keep that to the side. And with the advertisers, it also allows us to make the magazine larger and donate space to nonprofits, which is a really big deal to us.
Yeah. The other good thing with it, and we say local, but I know for a fact there are people out of state, even out of country, that actually read the magazine online.
Yes.
As well, which is a big plus because people visit here.
They do.
And they want to know what's going on. Tell us some of the features in it besides Debbie's writing.
Well, I was going to add something to your question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Debbie.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I would say that honestly, the biggest thing, and it's just me looking in because I've been involved in over 10 to 12 years. And initially as just a writer, and I don't mean to say just as a writer, but I was writing one article. It was a very small role, but I would watch the dynamics between Sandy and Fran, the yin and yang there. They balanced each other out. And ultimately, the one thing that I think makes the biggest difference is you have people that are here in Harford County that care, meaning Sandy. I would say I care a lot, and Fran cared a lot about the people. And each time an artist is interviewed, their connections, just like we were making connections prior to the podcast, those connections are being made. And that is what, Fran always had her connecting the dots piece in the beginning. It's about connecting people. And we have people that, tease us about Harford's Heart. Oh, your magazine. But ultimately they read it and they enjoy it and they like making connections too.
They keep them too.
They do.
Yeah. And, she's saying we get, she is very generous and gives a lot to any nonprofit that needs help essentially. And she's very supportive of nonprofits and artists, and somebody who might need a break, comes along and has something that they want, shared. And you know what? Great. If it's something that we deem as appropriate and is something that the community would appreciate, we give it to them. And that is all part of that, keeping it local. And
and being around for so long, you're recognized. It's trusted. When people can see a brand and they know and they trust it, that's what's important. And I feel like because, I've seen it everywhere.
There's no hidden agenda. It's for the people.
Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah.
And what are the features? Because you write the artist part. Right.
One of the feature articles is the reflection with the artist, which is always the cover art.
Right.
And
which we have a lot of talented artists.
Oh my goodness, it's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming, actually. It blows my mind. At some of the people I've had the chance, the honest pleasure of being able to meet and talk with continually. John Summers, who is just amazing, resident of Harford County, historian. Not just an artist, a huge key to our county. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him a couple times. Joan Hodis, she's amazing.
That was a great one.
Jim Butcher, God rest his soul, just passed.
Yeah.
That was, getting to have a conversation with Jim about his life and his art. You live in Harford County and you've done all these amazing things. Like, we have really amazing people in our county.
Oh, we do.
It's incredible.
So much talent.
Yep. And not just art talent, but their story that goes behind them.
Yes.
And that's when I write the articles, it's really a story. It's not just an article. It's a story about them.
Have you featured Pamela Wild yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
her
I did
story.
not have the pleasure. That was during Fran's
Yes.
editor.
Oh,
And some of
Time.
the artists we have featured more than once.
Yeah.
Because they have more to tell, or they've expanded what they're creating. And Pamela might be one of them. That is another one. We'll revisit her.
Oh, she is awesome. And actually, that's because when I do the Artist of the Week on Harford County Living, a lot of times I'll get it from who you've written about.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
We have some really,
that's a great resource. Then.
yeah. Amazing talent. Amazing talent.
So I'll get the artist from there. And who is, I know Larry was writing the music part for a while. Who's writing it now?
We don't have anyone. So some of the articles are sponsored, and Musicland was the sponsor of that article.
Okay.
So you probably saw at the bottom they had their ad, and it was a way they basically we have a cost, how much it costs to print a page, and they would pay a cost rate. And it just helps us add content and helps us pay for the printing.
Because it's not cheap to print.
It is not. That is the most
expensive part. Even if you own a
part.
publishing company, it's still not cheap.
Well,
how many,
I own a printing company, so that's what I'm saying. It's the printing
How many do you print?
22,000 per issue.
That's a lot.
It is a
There's
lot.
a lot of paper.
22,000.
Yeah.
Every month? Is it a month?
Every other month.
Every other
It's a
month.
bi-monthly
Okay.
magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every other month.
Yeah.
But plus online too. And that takes, and you're still doing the website yourself? Or is somebody else doing it?
No, we do it. Because my company, Sonipak, we do websites. So, yeah, we do the website.
So you're doing it. When do you get a break for yourself? Plus, you're doing the calendar. You don't get a break.
Well, it's not that I love doing it.
Yeah, you can tell. It's not a job.
It's not like oh my gosh, I've got to do Harford Times today. I'm like, okay, what are we doing today? I'm excited about it. Yeah, I love it.
Debbie,
But like Debbie said, meeting all the different people. I mean, over 22 years, we've met some amazing people.
Yeah.
Do you love writing?
I do.
Have you ever thought about with all these different artists, because their stories are amazing, but possibly putting a book together?
About artists from Harford
About
County?
the artists, yeah.
Great idea.
It might not be a bad idea to do a compilation.
Or even start your own podcast on them.
I got enough pans in my fire.
Well, you're still you're still doing the fitness instruction too?
I do personal training, and I with Rally Against Parkinson's, I serve on the board still, and I teach 2 virtual boxing classes a week for that. So there's a lot going on.
Wait a minute. How do you do virtual boxing?
So it's through Zoom twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays in my garage. And it's very simple. I set it to music. We do, we start with mobility work. We do shadow boxing for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not, if you had if you had a bag at home, you could use the bag. But shadow boxing is very effective because I won't get into all that, but it's a good form of exercise through the Rocksteady program.
Yeah.
And then we do like some core work, a lot of seated work. Some people can't stand, some people can. We mix it up. And then we do Tai Chi at the end.
No, really?
Yes.
Oh, I've been wanting to try Tai Chi.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And not the tea.
Meditative movement. It's good stuff.
Is that the tea too? Or is that just chai?
Oh,
That's chai.
Chai is tea.
Tai
Yeah.
Tai Chi.
There's Tai Chi.
Yeah.
There's chai tea and there's Tai
There's
Chi.
Tai Chi and Tai Chi. Right. So, yeah. Because I always see the ads come. Maybe it's because of my age, but I'm always seeing the ads come up. Tai Chi for those over 60.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes.
I might have to look into what?
Yeah, I've seen them too lately a lot.
You're going to see them more now. You said it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, what's the next big thing for Harford's Heart?
Oh, my goodness. I don't think there's next big thing. I think it's just chugging along as we always do. We're just a steady.
I don't think you're chugging along. I think you're in overdrive.
But it's a steady beat is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we move with the county.
Yeah.
As the county changes, we change with it.
Yep.
I think we're just part of the fabric.
Yeah.
So is there
I'm sorry. What's the outline or the format? You have a feature article. You have the artist. Can you kind of go over a little bit of that?
We have a standard set of articles that will appear in every edition, like Debbie's reflection with the artist. That's our big one because it takes a lot of time, a lot of research on her side. Then we have other writers like Carol Dybel, who does the history
Historical
article.
Society.
Oh, yes.
Historical Harford is a great article.
Yeah.
She
It
puts
is.
a lot of time,
Yeah.
and she is a wealth of knowledge.
And we
She
get
is-
emails constantly about her articles. People love them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we
she's
have the
good.
fishing Harford County
Fishing
Waters.
Harford's Waters, yeah.
Yep.
Howie.
Mhm.
He's been writing for a long time. He and his wife work together on that. And
The Klein's ShopRite article.
well, the nutrition article.
That's a nutrition article.
Yeah.
So
And then
they sponsor
the
that
Mill
article.
has a great article for, home and lawn care.
Okay, so you have like the same, structure with the historians and the artists
So
every
there's the
month.
base articles and then articles filter in.
Okay.
Different articles.
Susquehanna Wildlife Society has an article too, don't they?
No, that's the Phoenix.
Phoenix Wildlife. Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Wildlife.
Mhm.
Is that a sanctuary or?
Phoenix Wildlife is an animal
Is that in Baltimore
rescue.
County?
It's in
It's right over the
Phoenix.
line.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know where that
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
I've
and
just
so they
rode
are
past
so
it.
helpful. I've called out to them so many times.
I was
Every
just
time
there
up-
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, if you get you get a nest of rabbits that have gotten into, what do you do with them? You can actually take them. They're rehabilitators as well, or they will coach you on the phone over what you should do.
Really?
So very informative article. Yeah, because you talk about birds overwintering. Like what can you do to support them in the spring? What do you do if you see, again, rabbits are huge every year. We talk about the rabbits, but things that people can do in their own yard to
To help nature.
be
To support
stewards. To be stewards.
And things you shouldn't do? Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
like
try-
don't pick up the leaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
huh?
Don't rake your leaves in the fall.
Yeah.
You should leave the leaves. Leave the leaves is a big message. Yeah.
Particularly
Really?
in your gardens. It's a great place it creates nutrients, it creates food, it creates habitat.
Well, think all the microorganisms that exist and live in there, and that's where the birds go to eat, and then everybody eats from there.
I
It's the
always
start.
mulch them up and like put them around the trees and all. So you shouldn't do that.
You should just leave the leaves.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I know. It's kind of it's.
I mean, it makes sense.
yes, it does. Think about what microorganisms will exist in that space, and if you mulch it up, well,
So, in other words, from Harford's Art Magazine, you can learn a lot from it as well.
oh my, yes.
I think
Yes.
it's pretty cool.
Especially,
Actually.
the
Yeah.
historical
I love
articles
it.
are
Yeah.
very, and a lot of our nonprofits that are writing each issue can educate a ton on different,
What's happening in the
what's
area,
going on, and
communities
supporting
pulling
the
together.
community and needs, just like Rage Against Addiction, right? There's things that, resources out there
Yeah.
that Harford's Heart is a platform for sharing that information.
And you guys put events in there as well.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
do people submit an event?
Oh, that's easy. So they just go to the website and there's a link right there and they could submit events, any kind of event they would like.
Well,
Okay,
Sandy,
that's
what
really
is
good
that
to know.
website?
HarfordsHeart.com.
So
But
not
it's easy to
HarfordsHeartMagazine.com, HarfordsHeart.com.
Harford's. Well, I think I may have purchased Harford's Heart magazine as well, but it's
Yeah,
quicker to get
smart.
Harford's Heart.
Yeah.
There's quite a few domain names that we own that'll get you there, but that's the quick one.
No.
I think the most important thing to note, though, about putting in an event is some people don't understand the timeline because they're
Oh,
not
yes.
in it. The turnover isn't instant. So we're going to press in maybe, I don't know,
10 days.
10 days for the April-May issue. So you better get it in. If you wanted April-May, you're running out of time. You got to get it in.
Same
So
for
it's
you
better to get
people
it in
writing
sooner.
articles, you better hurry up and get it in.
Right.
Like
Timeliness.
Rich, one of our feature articles. Yes, Rich. But we pick 60 to 70 events from the website that
Okay.
people submit to appear in the printed edition. And then sometimes if people email us, hey, could you help us out? We wanted to get it into print. We take the special favors. We try our best. We get it in there for them. And advertisers, of course, if they're advertising an event, they're going to be in the printed edition, obviously.
I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to call somebody out. Have you been, especially because of everything that you do for the nonprofits, have you been on Harford Magazine yet with Christy Breslin?
No, that would be on screen, wouldn't it?
Oh, God. Okay. Never mind, Christy. You're lucky. I don't have to call you out. So you all right. Sandy, here's
Yeah,
the
I know.
thing.
I've
You
had baby
have a
steps.
face for camera.
Baby
I
steps,
don't.
Rich. This is my first step, baby steps.
She'll get there.
She would have no problem doing it. Debbie would be all over it.
Well, you've been on for Rally Against Parkinson's, haven't you?
I don't believe so. No, because it was probably
That was
Steve.
beforehand. It was Steve. Yeah, that's right. Because
I've always been involved.
Yeah.
But in the very beginning of the nonprofit, I wasn't. I started the program, the boxing program, like 12 years ago with 3 people. Before there was RAP, before there was Rock City Boxing certifications, it was literally someone came to me and said, watch this video about Rock City Boxing out in Indianapolis. And they had Parkinson's. And I said, I'd be glad to help you out with that. So we started with 3 people with Parkinson's and a hanging bag and went from there. And now there's over 100 people that are being helped in the program.
That's
neat.
One of the things I've always mentioned to people with or when we talk about Parkinson's with other guests and everything is the boxing part. Because when I first saw that, and it may have been Steve that told me how much it helps people with Parkinson's, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, it's a whole other podcast, but I think just the research that, especially since Michael J. Fox had gotten it, the research of how much more it's been helping people is amazing. Yeah. So thank you for doing that too.
Hey.
Seriously,
Yeah, that's
because that is, man. Do you have any other questions for them? Because she already gave the website. She's already convinced she's not going to do camera.
No, you know what? I learned a lot. I feel like it's more robust than I had originally thought because of the effort that you put in to have these things about Harford County and around Harford County. And I didn't even know about the nonprofit piece. So, yeah, I think this is great. Yeah. Thank you for doing it.
You shouldn't have said that because now Sandy's going to yell at me for not telling you.
Telling you what?
Nothing.
About the nonprofit piece?
Yeah.
Well, it happened organically, so I think it's fantastic.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Anything you ladies would like to add? Before I get to the last questions, which you're going to have to read because I think I forgot my glasses.
Do you need cheaters? They're just
I don't know. These, I'm
they're just cheaters.
I might rock these things. You might not get them back. Does it look on Gallagher?
Yes.
No, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Can you see?
No, not really.
They're not prescription. They're just
Right. That's what I use too.
I might have my glasses. Okay. Thank God. Yeah, no, I wear prescription.
Oh.
Unless I'm working on the computer, then I can't. I got to wear cheaters.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm sorry. Was there anything you guys wanted to add?
I don't think so.
Besides, everybody get Harford's Heart magazine. If you're actually for somebody that lives out of state, can they subscribe to it, or can you guys mail it to them?
So
or
we were
is it
doing
best to
that,
go online?
and yeah. So there are a few people that were subscribing. There are some people that have moved out of the county, and that I might have maybe 8 people that I just mail it to. But it literally costs $2 to mail each copy because of how much it weighs and the cost of postage. So, and then I thought, okay, if I were going to do a subscription, then it would be 2 times 6, and that's what I would charge. And then it's just a whole another thing to do. I never really thought about doing it that way because it would just cost money, and I hate to charge somebody something when they could just see it online if they're out of state.
Makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
And the really cool part about the website is yes, they can see it online. All of the ads are interactive, but they can go to the past editions and go all the way back to the beginning of time and look at every single edition. Read old articles about the artist.
And you don't mail them anywhere, right?
No.
They're just and I like that because you know how you just get all this stuff in the mail that you don't really want. So it's very specific. If you're a reader,
distribution
if you're a
in-house, too.
reader,
Yes.
you know where to get it.
Yeah.
I do go back to the old ones too. I do.
Yeah.
I mean, so those of you listening, yes, I do, because I've heard people say this before, that Harford's Heart magazine is for women, and it's not. It's for guys.
No,
it is.
not.
It's for guys.
It's
and
for everybody.
Women. It is. But I've heard people say that. I'm like, no, it's not.
I never thought that.
My husband enjoys reading it.
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot
amazing.
of great stuff in there.
He enjoys it. Yeah.
That's how I found out about was the tool belt consignments.
Oh yeah.
I never heard of them, and I saw. Well, as with a lot of businesses, you don't hear about them unless you see them somewhere. Who wants to go first? D before S.
There you go.
So pick a number between 1 and 100.
22.
Why 22? Because it's your age.
That was my number in sports in high school and college.
I thought she was going to say because there's 22,000 copies.
That would have been, maybe that's it too.
That would, hey.
And we're celebrating 22 years.
Oh, yeah.
So many.
Whoa. All right. What's that angel number, man? Wow.
Apparently.
22 is an angel number.
I know.
Isn't
Yeah. I'm sure it is.
I'm not sure.
But you're the third person that I've had on there that was their jersey number.
Okay. 22.
Wow.
It's not.
So you've asked this question before.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's just funny. Here it is. I mean, in all honesty, you guys look like you're in your 30s. And it's just, and then what we were talking about before we started real recording.
Okay.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Relax.
Wow, that was fast too. Nice.
Relax.
That was just too damn easy.
Well, I just think, and I think that it's just with age, you learn that there's things that you just cannot control, and there are things that you can control.
Yeah.
And a lot of your energy is wasted as when you were younger, worrying about the things that are not within your control, and then that drives, different mechanisms in your psychology that that don't help you move forward.
That was a good answer.
Right.
You're not allowed to pick the same number.
I won't.
Okay.
That was a really great answer.
What's your number?
5.
That was Kurt's jersey number.
Oh,
That's
there
I'm
you
just
go.
making the connections now.
Oh no, what, Rich? I'm scared.
What is it with these easy questions?
Oh, he's
Oh,
still
no.
his softballs.
I don't know
He's
about
still his
that.
Well, you
softballs.
need to rewrite them and make them harder.
Okay.
I hope it's like, what's my middle name?
5. Oh, 5. There it is. Okay. If you couldn't fail, what's the one thing you would attempt?
Oh.
There's so many
I got an
things.
answer for that. Can I answer that for you? You pick a different number?
Are you going to say get on TV or something like that? Damn it.
Okay. Never mind.
No,
Go ahead.
that's not. I mean, you can't. I guess you can fail at that.
Yeah, you could do like I did. Break the
goodness.
camera.
If I knew I could. There's so many things. I'll just pick one. I would write a book.
Do it.
It's in my head.
Well,
I
get
know.
it out of your head.
I will one day.
and put
I
it
get
on
busy
paper.
sometimes. I have some things I'm.
How hard is it to write a book?
It's hard.
But how many have you written? 2?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what you consider.
I think writing a children's
I've
book is
written
hard.
6.
Well, I wrote a children's book, but I have never published it. It's not like a really great one. It's just a cute little sing-songy book, like a going to bed book, because I just remember reading them to my kids and they were my favorite. And I wrote one and I did some illustrations for it and I just haven't done anything with it.
You should.
I know, I will one day.
Don't wait for
Even
one day.
I know.
Do it.
And maybe that's what I would tell my younger self, not to wait for one day.
Don't wait for one day.
Yeah.
Don't save it for good.
Oh my goodness.
Use the china.
That was a phrase that we would hear often
Yep. Growing up.
Saving that for good. I'm not quite sure what good was or where it was when it was coming in, but
Right now it's good.
For company
Right now
or
good.
something.
And
right.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think
that's
you
good.
should definitely do it. And it's funny because authors are artists. There's this lady I know who writes for Harford's Heart magazine and features artists, and she may feature you in it if you write a book.
Maybe. Well, I do write one column in the magazine.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Was it Dulce's?
No, not
No.
Dolce
Dolce's
is
desk.
for the
Dulce-
nonprofit.
Okay.
Now this is in the beginning for the publisher, the creative clip. And it's a very short,
creative clip,
3-4 paragraphs. But honestly, I do put a lot of thought into it. And the reason I do is it all started with one email from somebody and then another. And every time I write it, somebody will either email me or send me a letter about what it did or how it touched them. And now I take it
No.
to heart.
Yes.
It's a very big responsibility when I write it. Because I don't know, even if something as small as when I talked about when my dog passed away.
Yeah.
A woman from Pennsylvania just happened to be coming through town, picked up the magazine, fell in love with the magazine, fell in love with the county, and then sent me this beautiful letter and information about her dog. And I started mailing her the magazine.
Wow.
And now she visits Harford County often. So
That's
Again, it takes it back to the caring, the local.
yeah.
I mean, we have people write letters all the time, people that we didn't even know were here that will tell us about themselves. And then all of a sudden we're doing a feature article, not planned, Hank Rector.
Yeah. Yep.
Hank
That was a
Rector.
great one.
He is now a Harford County Living Treasure. It's official. I nominated him for that. 91 now, 92 now, 91.
Wow.
He's lived in Harford County his whole life. Rockabilly star in the
Really?
50s. Opened up for all the major acts up in Pennsylvania, down here. You got to go back and look at the issue.
Yeah, it's a great one. But Jesse Bain was the one who reached out.
Jesse Bain.
He reached out to us. You remember
is the-
Jesse Bain?
Oh,
he was our
yeah,
sheriff at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Well, actually, Hank wrote us the first and sent us one of his CDs. He
That's
writes,
true.
and
And
he,
then
he
Jesse followed
still records music in his home.
You got to hook me up. I want to get him on the show.
Oh, you should.
Oh my gosh, you would love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
a big rockabilly fan. I'm a
Yeah.
big music
Oh, he would
fan
play
in
for you.
general.
Yeah.
Wow.
He plays in churches, nursing homes, stuff like that. He and his wife will work together, and he's got some other guys he records with. So yeah, he does it every day.
That
Goes
was
to
last
his-
year. Was that last April, May?
It's was it? I feel like it was right in the early spring. It was
I'd
definitely
have
in
a
the early
lot of
spring.
people that would want to co-host that one.
Hank Rector.
We'll send you the link to
amazing.
that one
Okay.
in the archives. Yeah, that was a
Hank
great
Edsel
article.
Rector.
Well, one of the things that I've learned since doing this co-hosting is that these guys are so invested in the community. So being local, knowing the community as well as you do, because you're dropping names like, you know everybody, which is really cool. And no, it is. And I feel like if there are other similar magazines that are trying to like duplicate that, there's no way they can touch you guys. It's amazing. No, it's very, very impressive.
They have an advantage.
They
have the heart.
Oh,
Aw. They are the heart
love
of
that.
Hartford. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
You know, after conversations like this, it really reminds me why I love doing this podcast. Because what you heard today, it's not just about a magazine. It's about people who genuinely care about their community. People who show up, tell stories that matter, and create something bigger than themselves. That's exactly what Harford's Heart magazine represents. And it's also why Harford County Living and Harford's Heart sponsor each other. It just makes sense. Both platforms are built on the same foundation, supporting local, telling real stories, and giving a voice to the people, businesses, and nonprofits that make Harford County and beyond what it is. It's not about competition. It's about collaboration. Because when local platforms work together, the entire community wins. And honestly, that's something we need more of, not less. So if you haven't picked up a copy yet, do it. What are you waiting for? And if you're not local, head over to their website and check it out online. Go down the rabbit hole a little bit. You'll be surprised how many incredible stories are right here in our own backyard. And to Wendy, Sandy, and Debbie, thank you. Not just for co-hosting and coming on, but for everything you do for this community. It does not go unnoticed. And to all of you listening, I want to hear from you. What's a story in Harford County that you think deserves to be told? Leave a comment, reach out to me directly, or even better, support the people and organizations that are making a difference right here at home. Until next time, I'm Rich Bennett, reminding you that the best stories aren't always the loudest ones. They're the ones that come from the heart.